What's good, y'all? Today we're going to talk about imagination and why it's important to use imagination to becoming successful. Imagination is literally how all plans are created. Everything that you do, from the day-to-day basis to everything that's been made, like this chair, the computer, a camera, a mic, the walls, carpet, a house, everything has been created twice if you really think about it. Once in someone's imagination, and twice the physical creation of whatever you imagined. So this is the real important thing to understand is everything that we think of, we can create. And best believe that everything that we create has been imagined before. Nothing has been created without thinking of it, without putting the physical thought of creating something. No one just makes something out of nowhere. They had to think of it. They had to think of the purpose, how to make it, and what it will do. So our only limitation to our imagination is what we set ourselves mentally. If you say you can't make $1 million, then you won't, because you set that limitation, that barrier in your mind. But if you say, I can make $1 million in a year, you imagine the possibility to exist. Literally, just by you thinking it, the magnetic waves from your head signals out to the universe what you desire. And all you gotta do is just take action. To develop creative imagination, you have to block out all distractions and let your mind free. So what that means is, like, it's hard for anyone to imagine anything if their mind is blocked, always distracted, always thinking of something that's not useful. For example, like being on social media, just scrolling, not even thinking of, oh, what should I watch or what should I do? You're just scrolling, mindlessly scrolling, going through content, going whatever shows you, you just watch it. You feel me? That's just mindless activity. You're not using your imagination. That's why they created social media to be so addictive that you lose your imagination. They want majority of people to have no imagination, so they're stuck in the position they will always be in, and that they could be controlled by the top people in the world, literally. And the reason that the only 1% of the population is successful is because they do what the other 99% doesn't do, and that's use their imagination, actively creating new things in their head, actively thinking and using it. The only way for you to develop your creative imagination is to consistently be thinking and imagining things, and just keep creating in your head. If you don't use it, it's just like a muscle at the gym. If you don't work it out, you're gonna become weak. Everyone's imagination is weak because a lot of people don't use it day-to-day basis. So the people that are really successful, they use their imagination. They have exercises to work out their imagination, and they solve problems in the world that make them a lot of money. You have to use your imagination. How can I fix someone's problem? How can I create a solution to the problem? Once you figure that out, it will click, and you could literally make unlimited amount of money. There's so much possibilities in your imagination, you don't even realize it until you actually stop and block all the negative distractions out your life and really look within on everything that you could create within your mind. Work on building a plan to transform your desires into money. A detailed instruction plan that you have written down to get whatever you desire and turn it into money. Turn it into a reality. If you don't take the time to sit down and have a detailed plan on to get to where you want to be in life or create something, it will never happen. It'll just be a desire, a impulse that's never been acted on, is never gonna become a reality. So you really have to understand that there's more than just one part to this. You have to imagine it first, and you have to create it physically. First thing you need to do is literally get a good desire you want to do, something you want to do or you want to become. You have to imagine it and act like you already built it, or act like you already have it, like you possess it. And then you have to have step-by-step actions to achieve what you desire. If you do all of this, I promise you, you will actually achieve something, at least something. Aim for the stars and land in the clouds is what they say. You never want to limit yourself. You want to think as high as you can. There's no limit. Think as much as you can, and you'll at least land somewhere in the success range. But if you never use your imagination, you will always limit yourself, and you won't become whoever you want to become. You won't create what you want to create, and you'll forever be just stuck in this loop of just being mindless in the world and walking every day, doing day-to-day basis, doing normal stuff without ever actually creating something or creating wealth or anything like that. So I'm just making this video today to just highlight how important imagination really is in every individual life. Every human being should be using their imagination. They literally, as every little kid is imagining like everything in the world. You always think about, what is a kid thinking about? They're thinking about being a superstar, a superhero. They want to do this. They could fly. They're using their imagination. But as soon as kids go to school, the education system just shuts that off. They make them stop daydreaming. They program them to learn something that really won't be too useful in their life. So I feel like when everyone becomes adults, they haven't used their imagination in so long, they don't know how to use it. So I feel like everyone should at least start somewhat a practice and to start using their mind for imagination to create things or get what they desire. Thank you. Hope y'all are taking care of yourself. Love.